All right, y'all, who's ready for 5 more Masters League games? First few are challenge battles. Scheifi04, a fellow Jade player. I can respect that. Or maybe not. We'll see what happens during the match. But 3, 2, 1, go. I am going to say pretty much right away, I did make several mistakes during several of these games. So it's not my best playing, but at least it's real, raw, and me. So I start charging pretty much right away, and I'm dancing these guys back and forth, but I was trying to select the laser troops to get them in there to shoot once or twice, and obviously I didn't select appropriately, so they were able to get a little bit of stall. And then here's where I messed up. I built a war factory instead of my air tower, because against vehicles I'm supposed to go shade and not bikes, because then they can just bike mirror, and shade is going to be a lot better. Then again, right now with my levels I don't think it matters that much, but at least I do get the first missile, get some more laser guys out here. Show those bikers who's boss, right? And for some reason, I'm just not getting on the pad, and so it's just stalling, which is obviously a very big mistake. I come out with a catalyst missile just to get rid of that thing. Like I said, mistakes were made because they just built a new one. But I was able to get off a volley on the Chuggy, and managed to keep it away from my lasers, so I'm able to clear off the bottom pad, but then my lasers get taken out, which is sad, but I walked my militants straight through the cloud. That was smart. But hey, at least they were able to take out a militant squad and a half-health bike squad, right? Good job, Scheifi or whatever. So I finally wise up and realize, hey, I'm supposed to be doing aircraft, but as you can see, one volley does not take out the shade. One volley is definitely not going to do anything to the bikes either. So I just move my shade where it will help contest and win, and then Jade Missile 1, Jade Missile 2 to celebrate the victory. And then our next match is another challenge battle against Papsi, doing Strongarm. And so I am on the bottom. Open militants. At least they're smart enough to move the harvester away from the default position. I managed to do the same. And at this point, I can see their missile troops. But since I only have one unit on the field, I didn't want to get off of the pad. So I decided to build a second militants, get on the bottom pad there, and then move my middle pad militants in to attack the missiles. And then, or maybe not, I see the aircraft coming in, I'm like, oh, shoot. And so I just kind of run around, and thankfully they don't really seem to know what they're doing all that well, so I'm able to chase down on the bottom pad there, missiles versus militants. It's kind of a no-brainer. I'm going to win, and I managed to get the first missile there, and I built my air pad and then built another bike squad, which was obviously a mistake. I was trying to come out with Phantom in order to counter the air, but obviously I either misclicked or wasn't thinking, but either way, Phantom's finally out. Yay! Take a few shots, but managed to take out the Talon and run. And then my Chuggy comes out, and they just are piling on the missile troops right next to it. So I just kind of sit there, and I was trying to move my Phantom, but accidentally told the Harvester to move, which was an oopsie mistake on my part, but whatever, it happens. Right now, he is charging the pad, which is fine. I'm just going to go ahead and zot the Mohawk. And then looks like they have a really, really big hard-on for that Harvester, which I guess is fine. I'm just going to, take out some missile troops. Send in my militants on the middle pad, secure the bottom with the shade, and then just block. Send out my Chuggy for no good reason whatsoever, and that second missile, and I win. Good job, opponent. Alright, next up is, oh look at that, another challenge battle, Rumpel04. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that that alliance name because it's probably German, and I don't speak German well enough. It would be very painful to anyone trying to listen in. But I go ahead and build my scout unit first, then my harvester. They come in pretty darn quick with shocks, so at least I know that they're no harv. So I'm able to get the 2v1, and they managed to get a shot off. That's fine. They're dancing their missile troops around. I don't care, as long as I can get the militants in on the shock troops, and they did not block me out, and they're charging the missile, which I'm perfectly fine with, as long as somebody is. And they finally get their harvester out to start harvesting. Yes, they are running away from my militants. I grab the middle pad, move up to grab the top pad. Block, 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 block. Nope, doesn't happen. And then they decide to boost and grab the middle pad, but then they get off of it, and my units last just long enough to secure the missile. And then again, they decide to move their units right through the same chem cloud. I'm assuming they went upwards to look for my harvester, and not seeing it, it's fine. You know, I've spawned some militants. So this is one of those mistakes I was telling you about. I did not retarget the chem cloud onto that hex of the base, so none of the other nearby clouds exploded, and therefore their Grens did not die, which is sad, but that's fine. They're just running around like headless chickens. They still think that my harvester is at that top pad, even though it's not. And I'm trying to determine whether I should secure the pad or secure my harvester. Still not figuring out what the heck to do, but I managed to say, forget it. You can take the harvester, purchase a Borka. I'm just going to run away and then secure 2 of the 3 pads. Come on, get back on that bottom pad. There we go. It's fine. I still win the missile either way. Good job, opponent. And for my next trick, it's going to be a non-challenge battle, if you can believe it. And this is Jade versus Jade. I like my odds. Unfortunately, this is one of the matches where I screw up royally. Like, it's pretty bad. And you guys are probably going to laugh at me, but that's fine. In the end, I managed to pull out a win. We get our militant war in the middle. I have a slight level advantage, but they did have the defender's advantage. So I hop on the bottom pad here. They were charging, but then I killed their militant squad and stalling. I don't know why I'm stalling. Should never stall. Thankfully, they get on the pad, and then they get off of the pad because, you know, it's a Jade player. They've got 2 militants, so obviously they're coming out with a chem unit of some sort. And again, I make the mistake of going War Factory because I'm just so used to War Factory being my default and Air Tower being my backup. So I'm still relearning how to, I guess, still learning how to play this deck, because now that they have a tank out, it's just going to, you know, decimate my light vehicles, and they get the first missile because I totally spaced on the bottom right pad and was unable to tell my bikes to secure the pad for me. So, you know, but I do come out with a fully loaded down Shade, and he runs away. But I do manage to unload all of the missiles onto the tank before the Phantom gets into play. And so now I'm kind of trying to chase him down. And look, Chem Cloud, boom, takes out the tank. But it doesn't really matter because, you know, they come out with another one, and they've got those laser drones, which are pretty good against a damaged bike squad. So I just come out with lots and lots of lasers. At this point, I should have moved my Chuggy up to the top pad, but to contest the militants, which unfortunately I don't, so I lose it. But I do secure the next missile. I'm trying to go after the tank with my shade, but I can't because that's stupid phantom. So I'll send mine in there, and I'm like, all right, boom. But they're dancing around my tank. And if you just kind of watch this phantom, it goes up there to take care of the laser drones, and then it just kind of sits there for the rest of the game. And oh man, I did so many things wrong on this. It's kind of embarrassing, but you know, I haven't, like right there, those bikes, they were supposed to, both squads go after the phantom, but only one did, and the other one just kind of dicked around a little bit. They come in with a catalyst missile, no chem cloud, so it's fine. I freak out because I wasn't paying attention, so I cat missile their militants. Don't judge me. I know you're judging me. It's okay. I'm judging myself. Come on, take out the tank. Good. And I get the second missile, even though I should have probably lost that. So, yay, good job. Go me. And last but not least, it is, I'm not even going to say that because I'm going to say it wrong just like they intended, so screw you, Solomon player. All right. This one was a very interesting match because they have Grens and missiles as their only infantry, and then everything else is air. But, you know, if they want to do the whole run around Sioux, that's fine. I have militants, and I can block you from getting to my harvester while at the same time charging the missile, because that's how you win the game. It's not by killing enemy harvesters. But they come around and, oh look, I'm going to block you off. And then you're just going to run right by my militants, which decided to dance instead of attack. But that's fine. I've got 2 out of the 3 pads. They've got 0 out of 3 now, and they're just kind of running around. And while Grens are beefy, they still take damage while moving through Tiberium. So they take a little bit there, and I win the missile, and then that's when the air superiority comes out for them. So I'm like, oh, I know how to take care of this because they've got Grens. I'm just going to bring out Phantoms because that is a hard counter to them, and hopefully I can keep some of my militants alive to take out the Grens. And they're just so obsessed with getting on the pads and not paying attention to losing the units. So I'm able to save my militants and combine the bikes with the Phantom to take out every single squadron of drone swarms that they send my way. A little bit of miss micro on my half right there, and I lose almost everything to the ion cannon, which is fine because right now we're just stalling. And it's about time for me to get serious and get my stuff on the pads. So I send my Chuggy to take out their missile troops, but then they just kind of run away. And then, oh no, Orca, run away! Nope, too late. It's fine. It's fine. I'll take care of this. Watch. Ready? Steady. Boom. Boom, 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 boom! And then just get on the pad. I now have 2 out of the 3. I am now on 3 out of the 3. And I win the missile before they can take out my air superiority with theirs. So good job. Better luck next time. Thanks for playing.